أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.
Fusus al-Iman is a concise format of explanations related to Sahih Iman based on Tafsir Asadi and Irshad al-Asadi. This book series is named Fusus al-Iman, Bezels of Faith, with the intention that it may be used by the people as an anchor of Sahih Iman when sailing in the oceans of knowledge of Quran and Ahadith. For the students of Quran and Ahadith, Fusus al-Iman can act as a primer that will help them solidify their Iman and prepare them for facing the onslaught of deviant sects who misinterpret the Quranic verses and Ahadith to lead them away from Islam. Since Sahih Iman is the essential requirement of salvation in hereafter, it is important to have correct understanding of all issues related to Sahih Iman to become eligible for salvation. This book contains selected verses from the surah. The explanations of these verses will, insha'Allah, benefit all Muslims of the world in protecting their Iman.
ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب الحكيم.
Translation: Alif, Lam, Ra. These are the verses of the Book of Wisdom, the Quran. Explanation: Surah Yunus was revealed in Makkah during last years before Prophet ﷺ's immigration to Medina. Prophet Yunus ﷺ was sent to the people of Nineveh, the capital of Assyria, present Iraq. Yunus ﷺ asked his men to leave idol worship and turn towards Allah. They denied and called him a liar. When Yunus ﷺ realized that they are adamant, he gave upon them. On Allah's command, he gave them the news of an impending torment that will envelop them all. His people consulted each other as they knew that Prophet Yunus ﷺ never told them a lie. They decided to watch him. If he leaves the town during the night, surely torment will come the next day morning. During the night, Prophet Yunus ﷺ left the town. In the morning, they saw the traces of the torment. A dark cloud appeared over the sky and covered the town into thick darkness. Looking at the dark cloud, they knew the torment has arrived. They tried to search for Prophet Yunus ﷺ, but they did not find him. They left the town along with their families towards forest. They repented for their past sins and testified their belief in Allah. They started weeping and asking for Allah's forgiveness. Allah turned towards them with mercy and the torment was lifted. Alif Lam Ra. Alif Lam Ra is known as a solemn verse, Ayat-e-Muqatta. 14 Arabic alphabets have been used in varied combinations in 14 solemn verses, Ayat-e-Muqatta, in the form of initials of 29 chapters of Holy Quran. Alif Lam Ra is one of them. Since Quran is Mubin, its description is clear and manifest. The meanings of all the verses of Quran, including solemn verses, are surely known to its principal addressee, that is Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. It is also likely that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has informed the meanings of these verses to some of his Sahaba and Awliyaullah. We believe in whatever is meant by the solemn verses by Allah and His Apostle ﷺ. Since we have been commanded to read the Quran carefully and try to understand the significance of every verse of the Quran, we do ponder over these verses. And when we think, by focusing our attention towards Allah and His Apostle Muhammad ﷺ for guidance, it comes to mind that the solemn verses are actually the solemn titles of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ given by Allah throughout the Quran. Our understanding is based on the fact that Allah has addressed Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the Quran by specific names like Muzammil, O beloved who covers self in a coverlet, Mudassir, O beloved who covers self in a bedsheet. With this understanding, it is most likely that Prophet ﷺ's other names, titles have been mentioned in Quran by denoting certain initials or alphabets.
أكان للناس الناس عجبا أن أوحينا إلى رجل منهم أن أنذر الناس وبشر الذين آمنوا أن لهم قدم صدق عند ربهم قال الكافرون إن هذا لساحر مبين.
Translation: Are the people astonished that an apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is one of them, was commanded by us to warn them and to give glad tidings to those who believe that they have a true precedence with their Lord? Yet the unbelievers say he is a distinct sorcerer. Explanation: It is important that the teachers should be from the same community and species. If he is from other species or community, people will not be able to understand his teachings. It is in Quran. And if we had made him an angel, a prophet, we would have made him appear as a man. Al-An'am 9. The knowledge and understanding is transferred from heart to heart. It is very difficult to understand the subject matter by reading a book unless you find a teacher who could explain it to you. What is the meaning of explanation by a teacher? It means that the knowledge is being transferred from heart to heart. Quran was revealed on the heart of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This fact has been mentioned in the following verse. It is in Quran. Say, anyone who opposes angel Jibreel alayhi salam should know that he has brought down this Quran into your heart in accordance with Allah's will, confirming previous scriptures and providing guidance and good news for the believers. Al-Baqarah 97. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught Quran to Sahaba, it was heart-to-heart transfer of Quran which made them strong in Iman. Deviant sects like Salafis, Wahhabis, Kharijis and other like-minded groups claim that people should read the Quran and the book of Ahadith on their own and act as per their understanding. How is it possible? They claim they do not need any teacher, Shaykh of Ihsan, to explain them Quran and Sunnah. They have gone astray and led many along with them away from Islam. The light of guidance of Allah is received by human beings via the hearts. This is mentioned in the following verse. It is in Quran. If Allah renders one's heart content with submission, he will be following a light from his Lord. Therefore, woe to those whose hearts are hardened against Allah's message. They have gone far astray. Az-Zumar 22. People have strange perception. If they do not understand a thing, they brand it to be sorcery. How can you claim it to be sorcery when you do not know the art of sorcery? The sorcerers understand what is sorcery and what is the truth. Like in the case of Musa alayhi salam, when sorcerers saw the staff of Musa alayhi salam swallowing their ropes, they immediately understood the truthfulness of Musa alayhi salam and submitted themselves to Allah. It is in Quran. And even if we had sent down to you, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a written scripture on a page and they touched it with their hands, the disbelievers would say, this is not but obvious magic. Al-An'am 7. It is in Quran. And indeed, we have created many jinns and men for hell. They have hearts in which there is no understanding, and the eyes they do not see with, and the ears they do not hear with. Those are like livestock. Rather, they are more astray. It is they who are the heedless. Al-Araf 179. It is not difficult to distinguish the talk of an apostle from that of a sorcerer. The sorcerers are great liars. They try to deceive people by their falsehood. A few sittings with them are sufficient to understand that they are purely selfish and their talks are contradictory, only aimed at exploitation of the people. While in the company of an apostle, the man changes, gets reformed, and becomes a model of high morality and excellent conduct.
إن ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يدبر الأمر ما من شفيع إلا من بعد إذنه ذلكم الله ربكم فاعبدوه أفلا تذكرون.
Translation: Surely your Lord is Allah, who has created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Then he established himself on the supreme throne, directing all affairs. There is none to intercede with Allah unless after he grants permission. That is Allah, your Lord, so worship him. will you still not reflect and be mindful? Explanation. The sun, moon, and our earth are part of this cosmos. A day in our life consists of 24 hours that is calculated from the earth revolving on its axis and around the sun. Allah says that He created this cosmos in 6 days. It is difficult to comprehend this period with our limited knowledge and mental ability. Maybe Allah is referring to the 6 spans or periods known to Him in which the cosmos was created. To establish oneself on the throne means to take control of its creation for its smooth functioning. What is Arsh? It is a tajalli, a place within His cosmos from where all affairs of this cosmos are being directed. It is important to note that Allah is not confined to His Arsh. It is in Quran, and Allah encompasses all the things. An-Nisa 126. It is in Quran. Allah is the light, existence of heavens and earth. An-Nur 35.
هو الذي جعل الشمس ضياء والقمر نورا وقدره منازل لتعلموا عدد السنين والحساب ما خلق الله ذلك إلا بالحق يفصل الآيات لقوم يعلمون.
Translation. It is He who has made the sun a radiant illuminating light and the moon a light reflected and has determined its stations that you might know the number of the years and to measure time. Allah has not created that but with truth. He distinctly explains His signs for those who can understand. Explanation. People take it casual the radiating sun and moon with all its determined stations in a month. If the sun's radiation at a specific temperature does not reach earth, we all will freeze to death, and if it increases its radiation, we will all die of heat and radiation. Similar is the case with moon, from which we calculate our time and days. These are the signs of Allah which are essential for our survival on planet Earth. With these clear facts, how can someone deny the Almighty or associate partners with Him?
إن الذين لا يرجون لقاءنا ورضوا بالحياة الدنيا واطمأنوا بها والذين هم عن آياتنا غافلون.
Translation. Indeed, those who do not expect to meet us and have preferred the worldly life and are content with it, and those who neglect our signs.
أولئك مأواهم النار بما كانوا يكسبون.
Translation. They will have hell as their abode for what they have earned. Explanation. As our existence on the planet Earth is a fact, our resurrection is also a fact where people will be rewarded or punished as per their deeds. It is common sense that a person who lived a life of decency under the guidance of the Apostle of Allah ﷺ and kept himself away from the materialistic greed and lust cannot be equated with a man who lived the life of a rebel, killed people, exploited and tortured fellow human beings. The earlier has to be rewarded for his good deeds and the latter has to be punished for his evil deeds. It is the demand of justice that they should be treated differently. Thus, we all will be gathered in front of our Creator on the day of judgment and will have to answer for our deeds. This is so manifest to understand. If someone deliberately does not accept these facts, surely he will pay for it in hereafter.
دعواهم فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحيتهم فيها سلام وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Translation. Their invocation will be, all glory to you, O Allah, and peace will be their salutation, and the end of their prayer will be, all praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Explanation. What will be the best, most prominent and repetitive deed of the people of paradise? It is described in the above verse. While they will be provided with all the comforts of life, they will be busy in invocation of Allah's glory. Their salutation to each other will be peace be on you. They will pray in paradise and their zikr will be all praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. It is in Quran, for those who have done good is the best reward paradise and even more, having the honor of glancing at the countenance of Allah Neither darkness nor dust, nor any humiliating disgrace shall cover their faces. They are the dwellers of paradise. They will abide therein forever. Yunus 26. It is in hadith. It is narrated by Jabir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who narrates it from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the people of heaven, paradise, will be busy in their delights, and suddenly a divine light will glitter over them. They will raise their heads to find that their Lord is manifested on them, saying, "Peace be upon you, O people of heaven." The Prophet ﷺ said, this is the exegesis of the verse, Salamun qawlam min Rabbir Rahim, Yasin 58. The Prophet ﷺ said, the sustainer looks at them, they see their sustainer, and they do not look at any of the graceful things provided to them as long as they are seeing their sustainer, until their sustainer gets back into the wheel, and the traces of his light will remain on them. Tirmidhi, Mishkat.
وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا بَيِّنَاتٍ قَالَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَرْجُونَ لِقَاءَنَا ائْتِ بِقُرْآنٍ غَيْرِ هَذَا أَوْ بَدِّلْهُ قُلْ مَا يَكُونُ لِي أَنْ أُبَدِّلَهُ مِنْ تِلْقَاءِ نَفْسِي إِنْ أَتَّبِعُ إِلَّا مَا يُوحَى إِلَيَّ إِنِّي أَخَافُ إِنْ عَصَيْتُ رَبِّي عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ.
Translation. When our clear messages are recited to them, those who do not hope to meet us say, bring a different Quran or make amendments to this one. Say, it is not for me to change it at my will. I follow what is revealed to me. If I were to disobey my Lord, I would myself fear the penalty of a great day. Explanation. The problem with the people in general is they want to accept certain commandments and reject the others. This has been the scenario right from the beginning. During Prophet ﷺ's time, the Meccan pagans thought that the Prophet ﷺ is writing the Quran on his own and presenting it to people, saying that it is from Allah. Thus, they asked him to edit or rewrite or bring a different Quran in which there should be a compromise between him and them. They should be allowed to continue their age-old practices in some way or the other. At the same time, they should have share of paradise in hereafter. This amended Quran was necessary for them because they could not accept the moralistic values taught by Islam in total. In reply to their above demand, the Prophet ﷺ said, I have no authority in making any alterations because I am not the author and Allah is the one who is sending it to me. There cannot be any compromise in it. Accept it in full or reject it. It is your choice.
هنالك تبلو كل نفس ما أسلفت وردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق وضل عنهم ما كانوا يفترون.
Translation. Then everyone will see what he had done in the past, and they will turn to Allah, their true Lord, and all the lies they had fabricated will be of no avail to them. Explanation. In every era and time frame, people belonging to different parts of the world have been worshipping different idols. Their shapes and their names are different. They also develop theories about these idol gods. These idol gods keep on changing within the community over a period of time as certain new idols are added to their existing idols. Some devils get associated with these idols over a period of time, and this practice continues unabated. Allah says that all these idols or shapes and the devils associated with them will be gathered in front of their worshippers on the day of judgment, and they will be questioned. In the end, the lies fabricated by the idol worshippers will not help them. The idol worshippers, along with their idols and the devils associated with them, all together will then be consigned to hell.
ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.
Translation. Know well that the friends of Allah will have no fear in both the worlds, nor will they grieve.
الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون.
Translation: They are those who believe and are pious. Explanation: Awliya Allah are the true Sawad al-Azam, about whom the Quran commands us as follows. It is in Quran, O our Lord, lead us to the straight path, the path of those on whom you have awarded your bestowal, and not the path of those who have been subjected to your wrath, and the path of those who have gone astray. Fatiha 6-7. The above Quranic verse confirm that only the path of Sawad al-Azam, the path Sahaba and Awliya Allah, is the right path of Islam. All the other paths are deviated, and the people who are following those paths have gone astray, who will be subjected to Allah's wrath in the world and hereafter. Sawad al-Azam. Some people translate Arabic term Sawad al-Azam as large group or the group of large number of Muslims. This translation has contributed a lot of confusion in Muslim Ummah. Every Muslim sect claims that they are Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah and Sawad al-Azam and Naji group, those who will get salvation on the Day of Judgment. Even the hardcore Salafis, who are well-known Kharijis and worshippers of huge sky idol god, also claim that they are Muslims and Ahl Hadith, therefore are the largest group and are on the right path of Islam. The misleading claim has put millions of people on the way that leads them to only one place, the eternal hellfire. It is in Hadith, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Allah will never let my ummah agree upon misguidance, and the hand of Allah is over the group, Awliya Allah. So follow Sawad al-Azam, the pious or great group of believers, Awliya Allah, Sufi Shuyukh, and whoever dissents from them departs to hell. Tirmidhi 4 of 2167, Hakim 1 of 116, Dahabi agreed with him. The Arabic word Azam is generally used to describe the greatness, importance of a person or group, rather than the large number of people in a group. Like we say, Imam al-Azam, or Ghawthul Azam, or Wazir Azam. In this context, when we look at the wordings of the Hadith, it says Sawad al-Azam, meaning the most important or prominent group, which need not be the largest group. As all individuals of the largest group may not necessarily be pious believers, then how can we follow a group which is a mix of first deviants, second absolute wrongdoers, fasikhin, third average wrongdoers, and fourth believers? For following a group, all members of the group should be pious. Therefore, in Sawad al-Azam category, only Awliya Allah qualify to be followed because they are on the right path of Islam. We are not talking here about fake Sufi Babas and illiterate peers who hunt needy people and run their spiritual shops to make a fast buck. Some people may argue that some very famous scholars of Islam have translated the Arabic term Sawad al-Azam as Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Indeed, the scholars and Imams were right in translating the term that way because the real Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah are only the Awliya Allah. By following their footsteps, others can also try to become the true Ahl Sunnah. Thus, Sawad al-Azam are only Awliya Allah, Sufi Shuyukh of Ihsan, and those who follow their footsteps sincerely. Sufi Shuyukh walk on the path of Ihsan. Allah provides them vision and understanding with which they can see the facts of things. They are pious and knowledgeable. They help in purification of minds of the people, tazkiyah nafs, correct people's notions, educate them about the inner values and significance of Islam, and draw their attention towards divine signs and secrets in the cosmos. They follow Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's footsteps in propagation of Islamic teachings. It is in Hadith, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "He who deviates from Sawad al-Azam even as much as a handspan has himself cut off his connection with Islam." Abu Dawood. It is in Hadith, Abdullah ibn Masud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu reported that once Allah's Apostle ﷺ drew a line in the dust with his hand and said, "This is the straight path of Allah." Then he drew a series of lines to the right of it and to the left and said, "Each of these paths has a devil at its head inviting people to it." He then recited, "It is in Quran, verily this is my straight path, so follow it and do not follow the twisted paths, for you will be separated from His Allah's way." Ahmad, Nasai, Darimi, Miskat, etc. Quranic verse from Al-An'am 153. Categories of Awliya Allah. There are certain big categories of Sufi Shuyukh Awliya Allah who are known as Al-Akhtab, and Al-Abdal. The biggest among them is known as Al-Ghawth. Look at the following ahadith that confirm the existence of Sufi shuyukh in the world all the time till Qiyamah. First, it is in hadith. Tabrani wrote in his Mu'jam al-Awsat that Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The earth will never lack 40 men similar to the friend of the merciful, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and through them people receive rain and are given help. None of them dies except Allah substitutes Abdal, another in his place." The above hadith confirms the existence of Abdal and of course other categories of Sufi shuyukh all the time in this world till Qiyamah. Commenting on the above hadith, Qatada said, "We do not doubt that Hasan al-Basri is one of them, Abdal." Ibn Hibban also narrated this hadith in At-Tarikh through Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu as, "The earth will never lack 40 men similar to Ibrahim alayhi salam, the friend of the merciful, and through whom you are helped, receive your sustenance and receive rain." Second, it is in hadith. It is reported that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam once said after the salah, "O people, listen to this, understand it and know it. Allah has servants who are neither prophets nor martyrs, and whom the prophets and martyrs yearn to be like, due to their seat and proximity in relation to Allah." One of the Bedouin Arabs, who came from among the most isolated of people, twisted his hand towards the Prophet ﷺ and said, "O Apostle of Allah ﷺ, people from humankind who are neither prophets nor martyrs, and yet the prophets and martyrs yearn to be like them due to their seat and proximity in relation to Allah. Describe them to us." The Prophet ﷺ's face showed delight at the Bedouin's question, and he said, "They are of the strangers from this and that place. They frequent this or that tribe without belonging to them. They do not have family connections among themselves. They love one another for Allah's sake. They are of pure intent towards one another. On the day of resurrection, Allah will place for them pedestals of light upon which He will make them sit, and He will turn their faces and clothes into light. On the day of resurrection, the people will be terrified, but not those. They are Allah's friends, awliya, upon whom fear comes not, nor do they grieve." References. The above hadith is related through several chains by A. Abu Dawud, B. Ahmad, C. Baghawi in Shar al-Sunnah, D. Hakim in the Mustadrak, E. Ibn Asakir, F. Ibn Abi al-Dunya in Kitab al-Ikhwan, G. Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, H. Ibn Abi Hatim, I. Ibn Mardawi, and others. J. Haythami in Majmal Zawalid says Ahmad relates it, and K. Tabrani relates something similar, and the men in its chain of transmission have been declared trustworthy. Third, it is in hadith. Imam Ahmad narrates a hadith in his Musnad 5-322 through Ibn Atta radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The substitutes, Abdal, in his community are 30 like Ibrahim alayhi salam, the friend of the merciful. Every time one of them dies, Allah substitutes another one in his place." References. Tirmidhi cites the above hadith in Nawadir al-Usul, and Imam Ahmad's student Al-Khallal has mentioned this hadith in his book Karamat al-Awliya. Fourth, it is in hadith narrated by Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The similitude of my community, Ummah, is as the rain. It is not known whether its greater good lies in its beginning or in its ending." References. The above hadith is in Sunan, Book of Amtal. Ibn Hibban in his Sahih from Ammar ibn Yasir, number 2307. Ahmad in his Musnad in several places, cf 3-143, 4-319. Baghawi in Shar al-Sunnah, 1-405. Tabrani in his Kabir, Ibn Khatir in his Tafsir, 7-493. Al-Khatib in Tarikh Baghdad, 11-114. Abu Ya'la al-Daraqutni, al-Bazar, and Ibn Abd al-Bar. Fifth, it is in hadith narrated by Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to the graveyard and said, "Peace be upon you, O abode of people of believers. We shall certainly join you if Allah wills. How I long to see my brothers." They said, "O Apostle of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are not your brothers?" He replied, you are my companions. As for my brothers, they are those who have not yet appeared. They said, how will you recognize those of your community who had not yet appeared in your time, O Apostle of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He replied, suppose a man had horses with shiny white marks on their foreheads and legs. Would he not recognize them among other horses which are all black? They said, yes, O Apostle of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He continued, verily, they, my brothers, shall be coming with shiny bright foreheads and limbs in view of their ablutions, and I shall precede them to my pond. Muslim, Nasai, Malik and Ahmad. Sixth, it is in hadith narrated Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, surely Allah will send for this ummah at the advent of every 100 years a person who will revive its religion. Abu Dawood, Volume 4, Hadith number 4291. The above hadith is also mentioned by Hakim in his Mustadrak, Bayhaqi in Al-Ma'rifah and Al-Mudkhal, Suyuti in Al-Jami Al-Saghir, Hassan bin Sufyan and Bazar both in their Musnads, Tabrani in Al-Mu'jam Al-Awsat, Ibn Adi in his Kamil and Abu Nu'am in his Al-Hiya. Above hadith and Quranic verses confirm the following facts. A. Sufi Sheikhs, Awliya Allah will be there in the world all the time till Qiyamah. The Prophet ﷺ also indicated that some of the latter day of Sufi Shuyukh may achieve greater ranks as compared to their predecessor. These hadith nail the lies of Salafis and their like-minded groups who claim that there is no real Sufi Shuyukh. B. The hadith emphasize that Awliya Allah are living after their death. Prophet ﷺ has conveyed salam on them, and his love and affection for them, as he calls them his brother, testifies their living status after their death. C. When there is no Wali Allah Sufi Shaykh in the world, Allah may call it a day, and Yawm al-Qiyamah, the end of the world, will happen. Because it is in hadith mentioned above that people of the world are getting sustenance because of Awliya Allah's presence in the world. Awliya Allah are chosen people. They inherit their knowledge stations and states from prophets. It is in hadith, whoever takes a wali of mine an enemy, I will wage war on him, and my slave will not perform any act with which he draws closer to me, more beloved to me than when he fulfills what I have ordained on him. And my slave will keep drawing closer to me by performing the nawafil, voluntary acts of worship, until I love him. And when I love him, I will be his hearing with which he hears, his sight with which he sees, his hands with which he strikes, and his legs with which he walks. And if he asks me, I will give him, and if he seeks refuge with me, I will grant him refuge. Bukhari. The emphasis on wali of mine in the above hadith shows that this human being is the chosen one.
واتل عليهم نبأ نوح إذ قال لقومه يا قوم إن كان كبر عليكم مقامي وتذكيري بآيات الله فعلى الله توكلت فأجمعوا أمركم وشركاءكم ثم لا يكن أمركم عليكم غمة ثم قضوا إلي ولا تنظرون.
Translation. Narrate to them the story of Nuh alayhi salam when he said to his people, O people, if you find my staying with you and warning through Allah's signs unbearable, know that I have reposed my trust in Allah. So plan your move, call your associates, and make certain of your plan. Then do whatever you intend against me, allowing me no respite. Explanation. The story of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam is described to serve a warning to those who persistently rejected the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for arguments were presented to them to identify their misdeeds and warn them about the consequences. From here, examples of the people of Nuh alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam and other prophets is given to let them remind what happened to them for rejecting Allah's signs.
فاليوم ننجيك ببدنك لتكون لمن خلفك آية وإن كثيرا من الناس عن آياتنا لغافلون.
Translation: This day we shall salvage your body so that you may be a pointer for those after you, and indeed most people are neglectful of our signs. Explanation: Quranic description regarding Musa alayhi salam refers to two pharaohs. The first was the one during whose reign Musa alayhi salam was born and in whose palace he was brought up. The second was his son, whom Musa alayhi salam invited to Islam and who was asked to liberate the Israelis. It was this pharaoh who was drowned. The first pharaoh is considered to be Ramesses I, while the second pharaoh was his son, who had become a co-sharer in his father's authority during the latter's lifetime and who, after his death, became the ruler of Egypt. There is no authentic record of the dates and years of their rule. The historical accounts and dates of their rules are disputed in view of the discrepancies in Egyptian, Israeli, and Christian calendars. Brief history: Pharaoh's mummified dead body was discovered in 1881 in the tomb of a high priest named Pinetjem II, who lived almost 400 years after the pharaoh's reign. The mummy was likely moved from the pharaoh's original tomb in the Valley of the Kings, designated KV7, after looters desecrated the burial chamber, and the priests of the time feared that someone might even try to ruin or steal the body of the pharaoh. Upon discovery, the body of Ramesses II was found to be in pristine condition as compared to other mummies. His skin was entirely preserved as well as most of the hair on his head. Since his facial features remained virtually intact, researchers compared them to the statues which represented him. They concluded that many statues accurately depicted Ramesses II, his strong jaw and the aquiline nose, who died by drowning in the sea, and later his dead body was found at the seashore. It was realized in 1970s that, in view humidity in the room in which the mummy of the pharaoh was kept in Egyptian Museum in Cairo, its condition started to deteriorate. This prompted Egyptian authorities to search for experts to help them restore the mummy. In 1980s, the mummy was transferred to France for its restoration. In France, the mummy was taken to a special wing of the French Monument Center, and renowned archaeologists, surgeons, and anatomists started to conduct a study on the mummy in an attempt to delve into its mysteries and restoration. Professor Maurice Bucaille, the senior surgeon and scientist in charge at this center, was the head of the team of restoration of the mummy. Maurice Bucaille was the most famous surgeon in France. In the final report, the experts at this center concluded that the death of the mummified pharaoh was because of drowning into the sea. The remains of the salt stuck on his body and inside ears was the conclusive evidence in this context. They also concluded that the body was mummified in haste over 3,000 years ago after recovering it from the sea. The experts were puzzled over a question: how did this body, to the exclusion of other mummified bodies of ancient Egyptians, remain that intact although it was recovered from the sea? The mummy was restored in France and it was sent back to Egypt in a splendid glass coffin which is being displayed in Cairo Museum till date. The head of the restoration team in France, Professor Maurice Bucaille, was amused by their findings. He realized that the facts described in Quran about it were truthful.
ولو شاء ربك لآمن من في الأرض كلهم جميعا أفأنت تكره الناس حتى يكونوا مؤمنين.
Translation: And had your Lord willed, those on earth would have believed, all of them entirely. Then, O Prophet ﷺ, would you compel the people in order that they become believers? Explanation: The above verse signifies that Hidayah is in Allah's hands. Allah knows about His creatures before their coming into external existence. He knew cow as cow, elephant as elephant. He also knows who will accept Hidayah and who will reject. The meaning of "and had your Lord willed" are Allah's willingness is as per the nature of the person. Allah will not force a good-natured man to steal. If the person is good, he will accept the Hidayah, and if not, he will reject it. Proofs and evidences to an ill-natured person does not make any difference. The evil person will surely be inclined to do evil deeds. He will surely feel happy to be in association with devils and will feel satisfied in their company.
صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم.